Alright, let's check out the story. Into trailer. I was making myself smaller so I can see the trailer better. Let's see, where's my... Wait a sec. Let's see how to make it. Okay. Okay, let's check out the trailer. What? Let's to see the trailer better. I'll make it bigger later, I think. Alright, see.
Space. Is it really beyond our reach?
We can still save this project. All we need to do is send a monitor into space to collect data as the storm arrives.
Into space? So you mean you want me to become an astronaut?
Are you ever going to tell her the real consequences of the storm?
If this works out, then I guarantee you'll arrive home safe and sound.
You really expect me to sign this application knowing it means you're all going to die? Miss Elizabeth, I know this storm isn't just some regular natural disaster. It's not just snow fealty or some candy in a store that will be taken away. It's the place I grew up and all the people I love. If we determine the storm will inevitably swallow up the stars, then wouldn't it all be pointless?
But if something were to happen, you would be the one to survive. I need you to keep our records.
We believe Voyager 1 will continue to explore the galaxy on and on, traveling into the depths of the universe, carrying with it humanity's spirit of exploration. It is likely to persist longer than life on Earth.
In our short lives, we come up with a lot of questions about the world.
And we have to find the answers for ourselves.
We get to choose what meaning we give to our lives.
Voyager.
How beautiful the stars are.
And that's the trailer. Alright, hopefully we don't block into the scene things. So we're gonna start the main story. 1987, Cosmic Overturn. In the final count, the worlds fall silent. A streak ignites the frozen sky. One instant captured, forever immortalized. Stage 1. How to find shelter. The universe is far from innocent.
Take a deep breath and relax. This is my debut. I can't fail. Not now. I have to do this for Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov and everyone in the circus. I must make them proud. Mrs. Kozlov told me that I must guide the air through my body until it finds its balance. Left. Right? Good. Now, wave to the audience and say hello. Oh no. I can do this. I'm almost there.
Is it even there? Uh-oh.
Я могу справиться с этим. Сначала мне нужно...
There's no absolute direction up there. Up or down depends on the reference you choose.
I think she has the right to know what the storm really is. We will still need to cross the year 1999.
Talia, come home.
Is she okay?
Pepperina. Vitals are stable. Biometrics returning to normal.
The Laplace researcher still hasn't shaken off the awareness of her journey. The medic examines her closely, weighing her emotions as he explains the current situation.
I heard you'd already left. Never thought you'd be back so quickly. It's obvious you care about them. So I'm sure you know what to do when they wake up, Miss Pointer.
Pointer gives a nod, her eyes fixed, scanning the blinking screen beside the bed.
She hasn't suffered any serious trauma. All that Miss Kipperina here needs is rest. But considering her condition, I recommend she stays here a few days longer for observation.
Pointer doesn't respond. After a long silence, she speaks.
Thank you. What's the status of the others? Miss Hisabeth is fine. She was awake earlier. For a few minutes anyway. She signed a donor card. Managed to get all her other siblings to sign it too. Not sure what we'd even do with them. That gentleman and that little salamander guy did the same thing when they woke up. Anyway, it's no cause for concern. I've seen my share of lunatics just like them. The real problem is determining treatment. There are so many details to pay attention to when dealing with these special patients.
So all these people from the circus?
Their drug resistance. And I'm not a vet, you know? I had to seek out some professional consultation. No offense, but I'm glad you weren't part of this attempt. Otherwise, I might have had to face all of this by myself.
Pointer faces away from the bed and looks the staff member straight in the eyes.
I may not have approved of that taking on this project, but I'm still on it too. If only the Foundation could devise regulations sufficient to control our staff's recklessness with their own lives. Maybe they should consider controlling access to the plasma cannon. Ugh, forget that. Even I can't help exceeding the recommended dosage sometimes. I'll be reporting to the headquarters of the rehab center next month. I'll let you know their average dosage by then. Anyway, I need to write up a visitor schedule. We have to make sure our patients get enough rest.
The second visitor proves just how necessary a proper schedule can be.
How's she doing? I just left the other ward and thought I might drop by.
The new voice is polite and warm, but still startles them.
Hello, Miss Winsong.
Oh, it's Winsong.
Her vitals have stabilized. We're monitoring her recovery, but the initial results are positive. We can't say precisely when she'll wake up, but it shouldn't take more than a week.
Good to hear. I'll be by to visit them from time to time, following the schedule, of course. Let me know if it's too much trouble.
You're welcome to drop by here anytime. The isolation room is soundproof, but do keep it down when you visit the other wards.
Of course. I'm just worried about them, you know. Besides, Vila and Optus have drowned me in letters asking about the project. More importantly, there's a bond between a teacher and her student.
I understand. I'll check in on the others. If you need any help, press that button to call me. By the way, Miss Pointer, Godspeed to you and your team. A bunch of lunatics working together to reach space. Pretty damn cool, I'd say.
It's an unexpected and authorized compliment. The surprise is written all over Pointer's face.
Ditto.
Are you being serious? Do you think it's possible we could
After a short silence, they decide not to answer either question. Winson takes the first step and Pointer follows her into the hallway, pulling the door shut behind them.
Your comment on Isabeth's project. You said it was unrealistic. I don't think you really meant that. But even if you do, why not stay and give them a hand? Their latest ideas for the teleportation disc sound solid to me. This one failure shouldn't be enough to walk away. You've worked with Isabeth long enough. I'm sure you already know if she's pursuing a fool's errand.
Pointer chooses silence again, but this time, Winson presses her concern.
So, what do you really think?
My thoughts are unimportant. All attempts to talk them out of it have failed. And what's worse, the more forcefully I attempt to dissuade them, the more determined they become.
Alright, so lay it on me. Why are they doomed to fail?
I see no reason to expend any energy explaining it.
Winson gestures at the ward behind her.
Whatever. I'll just have to make my own judgments on the matter.
Elizabeth is an excellent researcher, sharp and decisive. On those merits alone, she's earned my trust. My analysis points to a dangerous level of uncertainty in this project. The price of failure, even optimistically, could be much worse than a few days in recovery. There could be more permanent injuries. They could even...
Her shoulders strengthen, but her voice remains calm.
My nature compels me to do whatever I can to reduce the danger to our staff. And I want to keep my friends alive. What does it matter if we make it into space and discover whether the storm affects the whole universe? Say that we determine this phenomenon only affects Earth, then what? We can't leave. We don't have the technology to fly off somewhere else. And if instead we determine the storm is indeed universal, and that it will inevitably swallow up the stars, well, then wouldn't it all be pointless? Either way, my calculations are clear. The answer is not worth our lives.
That's how you feel. I get it. So why not tell them?
I've been attempting to find the right time to say it.
The Leyline scholar struts. She has the answer she comes
Hey,
for.
so, speaking of things to say, I've got some news, and I thought it was better you hear it from me. Laplace has decided to evacuate the spaceport. All staff on site are to be relocated before the end of the month.
Evacuate? Where to? There is critical equipment here that can't be moved in that time frame. Besides, the spaceport is part of our active partnership with the local government.
She lifts her head, and Winsong doesn't shy away from her gaze.
We're moving to our real branch in Pleasance, aren't we? The one on the edge of the Arctic Circle that's proven immune to the storm. This is our storm emergency plan.
You've got it. All Laplace employees are to spend a week in the care center after reporting to Gazette. The local staff will be put on paid vacation, as is usual.
They both know exactly when this paid vacation will come to an end.
Isabeth was also waiting for the right time. And I guess this is it. Sign this for her, will you? Don't worry, it's not a donor card.
A sheet of paper is held out to her.
You're asking me to sign this so that my teammates can stay here and die in the storm.
I'm not asking. I'm only delivering it to you. But they know what they're doing here. That's why I want to help.
I need some time. My analysis won't be objective right now.
Sure. Just don't keep your teammates waiting. Our time is short.
Hey Larix, welcome in. She places the paper neatly in her pocket, then returns to the glass to watch over the sleeping girl in the hospital bed. To be continued. So stage 2. 3 falling stars. So I'm not sure, like, didn't there was a earlier, I think chapter or event where, didn't they find, like, let's see, what was it? It was, Barlacola's, story, I think, was, where Ulrich was found materials from a, I think, fallen spaceship. So I wasn't sure if those are the materials that they got from this one, or unless it's a totally different space station they were going to. So we'll find out. Part 2, the Voyager.
Not long ago, Voyager 2 successfully experienced, marking the first ever exploration of this planet experience. It conducted an
See, no jokes.
After a temporary auto adjustment caused by the earlier visit to Titan, Voyager 1 continued its journey towards the edge of the solar system. The future.
So who are we gonna see? The staticky but steady voice of the news cuts off. Or cuts out.
Know where they're going and what they're gonna do. Why are you wasting time on all news? As I recall, we've even got a photo from Voyager 1 taken in 1990. It's stored somewhere in the La Paz archives.
That's correct. I even have the development reports from CETA and the work done on media burst communication tech. But none of the archives mention the whereabouts of the golden records, do they? So there's a chance we'll hear some new clue this time around, like, according to the sudden decrease in Voyager 1's mass, it's been speculated that the golden records were intercepted by an unknown entity.
Intercepted? You make it sound like it was stolen by aliens or space pirates.
So what do you think of her? This is the character we're trying to get, but we lost. Look, I guess she has like almost like a Medusa type vibe, where this. I'm not sure if the snakes are actually connected to her, or because it looks like it's connected to her hair, right? Then her eyes, and then like the little fangs that she had. So I guess I'll probably read up on her. I'm not sure if she's actually what type of species she is. But like I guess she's part of that I guess what they were doing, like is it like, was it a circus that they were all in?
A space pirate? I doubt they would have any interest in some ordinary records. Now why don't you get to the point? What's so urgent that you had to switch off the radio?
Oh, I'm making a video. I didn't want the sound drowning out the recording. Should be quiet enough now.
April 1986, Plastic Cordome.
Laplace researcher. So why was I mad enough to join this project? Call it a matter of personal interest.
Really?
Let me introduce myself in a little more detail, in case you're shocked when you get your first look at me.
Oh, so she's gonna tell her about herself?
Are we there yet? This is no way to travel. Let me just slither.
Is that part of her hair?
We don't have a choice. We're stuck with this most unfortunate mode of transportation.
Is she on their hair?
Introducing two of the 9 siblings of the Dubois family, always loudly at odds and proud of it. Thanks to the cold weather, the others still ruminating, so they haven't yet tested my patience.
Footsteps grow nearer, prompting them to look around for their source.
Welcome. Let me walk you to your office. Your ID card, please. My apologies. My patience just run out.
The snake twists its body away with agility, but not fast enough. It is forced to clasp its mouth.
Why don't we speed up a bit? This place feels as cold as a goddamn morgue. I can barely talk without shivering. When we get to the office, I'll warn them not to scare our colleagues for the 4th time. Of course, we'll ensure the heat is kept on 24/7 inside your office. LaPlace never neglects the little details.
Take a screenshot. Wait, did I hit the wrong button? Controls. What's the button? What's the? Sorry, but alright, I forgot how to do the screenshot. See, Windows Shift S. Wasn't that what I'm pressing? Alright. The truth, a reptile enthusiast. She's just trying to hide. It's going too fast.
Here we are. Go ahead and knock on the door. Miss Pointer should be expecting you.
See, in truth, a reptile enthusiast. But she's just trying to hide the rudeness of her surprise at seeing the cute snakes. Okay.
By the way, since you mentioned the cold weather, do you need a thermostat for your lovely pets? We try our best to meet all of our researchers' needs. Oh, we're all good. My coat works as a kind of thermal-regulated insulator. It should be fine. Understood. And please note that the spaceport here is just a part of our local research collaboration. Laplace's official branch in PCF is actually further north, right on the edge of the Arctic Circle. It has a strict security policy, so you'll need to file an application before visiting. There's no guarantee it will be approved either. Welcome to the PCF Cosmodrome.
Just a few steps out, but the Rosetta turns back, drawn by a faint sound. The little golden scaled snake flicks his tongue at her. What was that? The researcher disappears down the hall. A cheerful voice rings out again.
You know what, too? I think the staff here are more accommodating than most types we meet.
Or are you just being more of a jerk than usual? Now stay out of trouble and don't call me by my number again. You know, I'm perfectly willing to tie you up by the tails if I start hearing about any missing lab rats.
The door swings open, preventing the escalation of their family feud. Other ox.
I knew I heard someone talking behind the door. Glad my ears don't need tuning. Please, come in. Are you the new researcher on this project? You've got it. So, I take it you're one of my new colleagues?
The new colleague attitude seems cold to the touch. But once she steps inside and takes in the whole setup, she realizes the details like that won't matter too much.
Devices, 2 chairs, and 2 standard issue desks. Is it just the 2 of us? I expected you to be think of our setup? It's not so bad. At least we're in full control of our budget. Although I recommend setting those budget expectations low.
Cool. Everything's more or less as I expected. An undervalued project in extraordinary times. A kind of bizarre mind hatched up the idea of teleporting supplies directly into space.
Do you believe our goals are unrealistic?
Not at all. Only eclectic, let's say. And I've always been a fan of eclectic theories. They're often a stepping stone to true discovery. I'm certain that the combination of arcane and science will one day make up the core of our civilization. We're not there yet, but...
It's only a matter of time. Perhaps this project will be the next leap forward. So far, the teleport disk we've developed is functional but unstable. It's a one-way ticket capable of travel only within a short distance. But if we can improve its range and stability, I calculate its value to society to be potentially earth-shaking.
looks like we'll make for quite a team.
He picks a stack of files from the desk, clearing a small spot to lean against.
But before that, we'll have to make sure our project doesn't shut down before it can begin. Which means we need to cook up something worthwhile to put in our report.
To that end, I know you're an expert in aerospace materials. Are there any specific specimens you need? I'll do what I can to source them for you. Oh, but be quick. Our resource applications must be submitted today. The evaluation process and all other little details mean it will take some time to arrive.
Let me see. No, I don't have any particular needs for now. How do you feel about fish?
Even Pointer cleans analysis her mind struggles to keep up with the rapid topic change. She paused a full 3 seconds before answering.
They're fine. As are those pets you've got dangling in your hair.
Oh, looks like I've come to exactly the right place. No nosy layabouts around to moan about my hobbies. Speaking of those pets, they're not really pets. I remember mentioning them in my profile. You didn't read it, Whatever, so long as they can hold their own. Then you threw the file into the trash. Am I right?
It wasn't quite so dramatic, but yes. I briefly scanned it for your field of expertise and experience. Nothing else mattered to me.
Still, you should get to know your new colleagues. I'm in the museum. We have snakes for hair. So they're not pets. They're my siblings. Technically, you've got yourself a grand total of 9 new co-workers. Oopsies!
That is certainly new information. It's unfortunate that Laplace doesn't pay out their Sharpodontes by head.
Maybe I can convince them to go in for every 2 heads.
I wouldn't predict your chances to be high, but a larger food allowance seems appropriate, given your additional mouths to feed.
Mind requesting me a corner office? I need a lot of space for my fish tank. Pets and plants help me cool off.
Whatever you want, let's just finish the report as soon as possible. Then we can apply for additional office space. 1 room for each of us. Deal?
Deal.
Agreement reaches. Pointer lifts her right hand. A snake stretches forward to gradually tap her palm with its head.
Nice working with you.
To be continued. Public radio users log. Next to this empty radio dock is a log that has been digitally updated with each use. Where's the radio? Public radio, 5 minutes per person per day. Listen to whatever you want, but leave an update in the log. 12:05, restore the frequency to normal, and listen to Swan Lake. 18:05, Tune to a foreign station. Adjusted the frequency to avoid interference. 3:05. Attempt 39. Still no reply from the cosmic friend. Answer me. Answer me. 12:05. Restore the frequency to normal and listen to Swan Lake. 18:05. Tune to a foreign station. Adjusted the frequency to avoid interference. So it's like they're doing the whole. Okay, so it's all three same times. 3:05. Attempt 42. Observe a usual or aurora. Must be the cosmic friend. She's responding. 12:05. Restore the frequency to normal and listen to Swan Lake. Wishful thinking aside, remember to reset the settings. 18:05. Tune to a foreign station. Adjusted the frequency to avoid interference. 3:05. Attempt 73. The term migration route is different from last year. Is she affecting the magnetic field? 12:08. Plastic is not going to buy second radio. Break it again and we'll bury you in the snow. 18:05. Turn to a foreign station. Adjusted the frequency to avoid interference. 3:05. Attempt 106. The magnetic field enormity has reached the edge of the polar circle. I so want to meet her. 12 o'clock. Off to intercept a cosmic idealist in Mariner. Break his bones and reclaim the radio. 1800. I hope this imaginary cosmic friend is real. As if. Stage 3. The meaning of meaning. It carries the weight of each individual. It rises the towering walls of each endeavor.
Everything from there on went smoothly and according to schedule. It was a genuine pleasure working with Pointer. Well, those first days at least.
Elizabeth, did you go to that ley lines lecture yesterday? I couldn't make it. I've been reviewing the state of the last 10 hours. The model is a mess. Something's off. I can't isolate the issue. It could be the system compiler, or the incantation. Or maybe we missed some characters when we transcoded it.
Oh, the lecture? Yeah, Winsong mentioned it when we met her at the canteen a few days ago. Hold on.
The chair swivels halfway, and Elizabeth stands, stretching before setting her bread aside. A snake holding a data card slithers up to Pointer's feet.
This is Elen. She woke up just a while ago. Elen, meet Pointer. We couldn't all attend the lecture, but I asked someone to take Elen there to observe. Here are the notes.
I still haven't stopped being amazed by your siblings' telepathic connection. I wonder if there's an arcane skill that might approximate the same effect. Imagine how much faster we'd be able to share information.
It's got its advantages. If you're willing to accept 8 different voices oscillating between a party and brawl every day in your mind.
Elizabeth struts and scoops up the little snakes. It shoots up her sleeve, vanishing into her blue hair to rejoin her siblings. I didn't know they could come apart.
Hope you don't mind. She's been a bit shy ever since we were little.
That won't be a problem. I'll get it back to you in a few days. Just want to check if the study of ley lines can help with our aeroshell's force analysis.
Is that all? You could have left a message. No need to go out of your way.
Well, and I needed someone to unload a bit with. It's been months since I submitted our resupply application, and there doesn't appear to be any progress. This slow starvation for all of us is a waste of effort. They should just cut the cord, scrap all these projects they feel show no value in the short term.
Look at the silver lining. We're sure to get our new offices.
Office space, the one thing we have in abundance here.
She waves her arms in before slipping back into her usual tone.
Anyway, how are things on your side? I'm free for the moment.
I'm progressing just fine. Take a look.
She steps closer to the desk. Isabel shifts some space and
Feel free to let me know if you require any help.
lays out the blueprints.
You know, for all the time we've worked together, there are still many questions left unanswered between us. I'm curious, why did you choose this project?
The tenor of their conversation has changed since the first meeting. This isn't a test, it's genuine concern. Time has built enough trust between them to ask.
There are many other teams pursuing the combination of humor and science. I think one of them is presently working on cleaning incantations and plant-related rituals. Why choose Plesetsk? Is it that you feel your expertise in material science will be of most benefit here? Or do you have a particular interest in the aerospace industry? Don't mistake my intentions. I'm happy you chose to join our little team. You performed exceptionally well so far.
If I had to put a finger on it, I'd say it was luck. I really want to know where those golden records will end up.
She rolls the blueprints before settling to a relaxed posture.
Remember what I told you about my parents? They were studying information technology in a lab class before the first storm struck.
Isabel's mind has always jumped around, but now Pointer can keep up. She knows to wait for the point to come back around.
I can't wrap my head around that stuff. My whole life has been a constant stream of information. You wouldn't believe how distracting it is to have 8 voices in your brain, bothering you night and day. Still, all 9 of us enjoyed reading. Whenever we found a particularly compelling article, we divided up and each focused on a different part. We'd always have a huge brainstorm after we finished. It was a lot of fun, actually. I miss those times. Still remember the day that meteor fell to Earth.
Nos derniers rapports indiquent que Voyager 1 a officiellement parcouru la plus grande distance dans notre système solaire, plus que toute autre sonde fabriquée par l'homme. Dépassant pionnier, une distance d'environ 69 419 unité astronomique.
I don't remember where I was or what I was doing, but I remember the broadcast was talking about Voyager 1. And that all 9 of us were staring at the twinkling dot on the screen.
Si la Lune se trouve à près de 400 000 km de nous, à quel point ce petit caillou était-il plus éloigné de la Terre lorsqu'il a commencé son voyage? Incroyable!
Unbelievable.
We never knew the stars above our heads could actually fall into our world. What was happening up there? For all our brainstorms, we never reached the solid conclusion. Where will Voyager 1 go? Who, if anyone, will find its golden records? When will the stars stop shining? Are there researchers out there just like us living on another planet, looking for the same answers? One little meteor brought us so many questions, and we could never leave a stone unturned.
I see. That's why you joined this project, despite its lack of immediate contributions to society.
Nonsense! Our work is critical to the future of aerospace engineering. We've got plenty of contributions to offer.
This time, she's the one holding up a hand, waiting for a high five.
Was that an attempt to cheer me up? There's no need. I'm not easily discouraged.
Palm to palm, their hands meet just for a moment.
You've warmed up a bit.
Yeah, thanks to the 24/7 heating, and because I keep all of us well fed. Speaking of, I'm headed to town to find a restaurant. Care to join me? There's some decent food in Plesetsk now, thanks to the new policies. Do you want anything in particular?
You're cold.
Back then, we never thought to ask why our supply application had been put on ice for so long.
Is this a storm? The noise startled the snakes. One by one, they poked their heads out to join the shock. Too bad the moment already passed. Pointer doesn't have any time to snap a picture.
I understand, ma'am, but you should know that our top priority after each storm is to restore the Foundation and the LSCC to full function as soon as possible. With our current shortages of resources and manpower, that means cutting all non-essential projects.
Non-essential? Then what is it that counts as essential? Who decided on our priority?
Before the snakes can hiss again in protest, Pointer reaches out and grabs Elizabeth.
Calm down, Isabel. I understand that Mr. Ludwig did his best to keep as many projects running in Pleasance as he could. We couldn't have stayed here this long if it weren't for him. But he's only a branch leader. Doesn't get to make the top-level decisions.
They act as if all of their essential and valuable consumer technology just popped up out of nowhere. To think that aerospace engineering has less to contribute than their other projects? Man! They wouldn't even have vegetable packets in their instant noodles without us.
I'm sorry, but our decision is final. Please allow me to finish. As you can imagine, I have several other meetings lined up after this.
Sure. Please continue.
Madame Lucy has expressed that she is not in favor of this decision. To that end, she asked me to deliver a lifeline for her work here. As you know, our knowledge about the storm remains extremely limited. Madame Lucy believes we could better manage our circumstances if we could observe it in greater detail, particularly its extent. She's seeking volunteers from Pleasance for a project, one that aims to send a monitor into space in order to collect data as the storm arrives.
Two completely different reactions.
What about the other projects? Where will the researchers be assigned if their projects have all been terminated?
Pointer shoots her another look, trying to signal her, but Elizabeth either doesn't notice or doesn't care.
Most will be reassigned to other teams. I'm afraid there isn't much manpower to spare on our work here. That's the deal. If you want to stay on this project, then this mission must become the full focus. On the bright side, we'll have full access to all the resources left in Pleasance.
He makes a quick glance down the hallway to check no one else is around, then steps closer and lowers his voice.
I believe you two to be the most talented researchers in Pleasance, and I know you want to achieve something in your work here. Still, I think I should caution you against accepting this task. Sure, if you pull this off, you'd become a legend throughout our organization. There's only so much value in fame and admiration.
And what would happen if we were to fail?
I'm afraid your best hope would be instant death, and it may be much worse than that. No one knows for certain what the storm can do after all. I'm not sure this is worth your lives.
Noticing another researcher approaching from the far end of the hall with luggage in hand, he steps back, readopting his cool professional tone.
Alright, that's all. I just need you to confirm that you've been informed. You'll have 24 hours to respond to our request.
After receiving the official documents, Pointer and Elizabeth return to their office. They say nothing for a long time. The weight of the decision before them deserves their silent consideration. Finishing their deliberates, Pointer clears the air.
Isabel, I know you're a big supporter of Madame Lucy. I'm sure you agree this mission is a statistical death sentence. If you're struggling for a way to say no, I'll...
What's happening? Her words doesn't seem to have any purchase on the fellow researcher. Elizabeth looks up at her gaze with a puzzled expression.
Sorry, what? Never mind. I've got good news. I just talked to Winsome. She's got a solution to one of our major issues.
Elizabeth waves a hand as she answers, continuing her work.
Wait. Don't tell me you want to volunteer. Why shouldn't we?
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
But have you even considered the risk we'd be taking? Like the liaison said,
We'll have all the equipment we need, with a project that's progressing smoothly, working towards an achievable goal for the common good. It is almost like the universe is within our grasp. All we must do is make our teleport disc work.
not that simple. We'd still need an astronaut capable of launching a monitor. Who could we find that would be capable of acclimatizing to a zero-gravity environment under high heat and pressure in such a short time?
That's the good news. Winsong already found us an ideal candidate, an acrobat.
Elizabeth finishes her test and holds out the sheet to Pointer. A follow-up work schedule.
Here, I made a list of issues we'll need to tackle. Of course, that's only assuming you'll accept Madame Luce's mission too. I remember we talked about space exploration when I first arrived in Essex. You said you wanted to know what's going on up there too. So tell me, what price are you willing to pay for that answer?
Read. Let the air find its balance within. Remember what Mr. Kozlov said. You must never be afraid of falling. I just have to imagine myself floating in space. That's right. I will not fall from the fire again.
The circus barker introduced Jen booms above the blinding lights, followed by a wave of cheers and applause.
Introducing our fabulous wild dancer, the youngest acrobat of the Ukrainian circus,
Kiplerina! Kiplerina. To be continued. And I think just in time, ad should be coming in like 3 or 4 minutes. Oh, there's a battle. Alright. Do we have any assist characters? Nope. I'm not gonna take him out since. So recommend as Leaf. Did I have a Leaf character? Marcus. No healers for now.
Finally, some interesting work.
Calm down and relax. It's just a simple performance. No different from all the ones that came before. Oh, we're having auto.
Don't be so furious. Time to turn the page.
They already chose my character.
Please, allow me.
Could have finished this one turn.
Where's Paul? Just speaking so loud. Shh. I hear something. Perfectly understood. Talking out calms people down. Pigeons have guns. It's called common sense.
Phew, good. Everything has gone according to plan.
Come back. I need your feedback on our session.
Stage 4. Beautiful new things. A small town shimmering with light and fireworks. A wandering friend once said, "Come, take a chance."
Piperina, star acrobat of the Ukrainian circus. Why did I join this project? Well, because I'm trying to help in any way I can, like I always do.
Wait, how doesn't that item look like what Winsong usually uses?
It is a lot like outer space. It is a performance that exists within an almost faceless world of imagination. Close to reality, but at the same time, unreachable.
Circus stage.
Go on, ringmaster. How can I help you?
Mr. Kozlov brushes a little ash off his seat, but when he hears Kaprina's voice, he bolts up immediately.
Oh, Alia. No need to be so formal outside the well. Anyways, how is it you are feeling today? I don't want you to be overwhelmed. Take time for a little rest. Old Kozlov can manage things from here.
Please, it was just a thoughtless accident, and I won't let it happen again, I promise. I've fully recovered. I know you're worried about me, but just ask anyone and you'll know I'm not lying. Even Mrs. Kozlov. See, I can even put on my fireworks show again.
Light blurs out from her outstretched fingertips, briefly illuminating the space like it's midday. Like a plant drawing in sunlight, absorbing it, storing it, and then releasing it again. A beautiful, if useless, arcane skill.
More beautiful than ever. It seems you mastered the techniques that Miss Winsong taught you. There's no doubt our Alia has a budding talent for these leyline things.
Please don't start that again. I already told Miss Winsong that I have no plans going to circus.
I know. Such a loyal star you are. Oh, but there's something I should tell you.
He clears his voice, trying to soothe over the sudden topic shift.
We're going to hold a show up near Mirny. They say the night sky is beautiful that far, but perhaps you might even see the aurora.
All of a sudden, but it's so far from here. Are we in trouble?
No, everything's fine. It's just that.
What is it? Mr. Kovac wrings his hand. Sympathy is not his strong suit.
Actually, Alia, Miss Winsong called me. A friend of hers would like to meet you in Mirny. They work for an organization called Laplace. I made inquiries in the arcade market. They have a good reputation. Someone even told me that they were related to the St. Pavlov Foundation, a big organization that recruits all kinds of arcanists. We are old, Alia, but your life is just begun. If you were to join Laplace or the Foundation, you'd live a much better life than any you could have in our little circus.
You want me to leave?
Oh, no, Alia. We just want to let you have another try. There may be some trouble involved, but we will not force you to stay. You can quit anytime you like. Natalia and I, we hope you will have a safe and happy life. After that last time when you fell from the wire, we just can't bear to.
Then I'll go, Mr. Kozlov. If that's what you want from me.
Sensing the compromise in the girl's words, the man sighs and pats her head with a broad, fatherly hand.
We don't want you to leave, Alia, but this is an opportunity for you to live in comfort and safety. We are just 15. We don't want you to have to learn what it feels like to scrounge for food in the freezing wild.
He leaves it there. Some memories aren't worth retelling, not to a child.
Let's just give it a try. What do you say? You will always be welcome to come back to Utrynaya when you want. We will never turn you away from your home.
I've always known that.
She smiles, but it's not enough to hide the quiet weight of her insecurity.
Miss Winsong gave you her card, remember?
Doesn't her skill like similar to Jubilee?
Well, then have you already planned your route, Mr. Kozlov? Are we traveling overland? When do we set off? And what are we taking with us? What's the weather like in Myanmar? Should I pack some warmer clothes? Oh, it's been a while since the last time we restocked the medical kit. I'll check it later. We need to prepare for the animal's transportation.
Of course, of course. It's all in hand already. Our Alia, always such a self-starter.
Wondering, Mr. Kozlov turns away. It sounds more like pride than complaint.
Sets a very high standard for its staff. Our Alia could only have been chosen if she was very special. Just see how she pays attention to each little detail.
The clever girl waits until Mr. Kozlov has disappeared. She rarely lies, so on the rare occasion she needs to, no one ever suspects. The card's still with her, tucked in the inside pocket of her coat. She isn't sure yet whether she really wants to chase after the faraway, wider world.
Inside, ley lines cover. I still don't get it. What even is the study of ley lines? Is it like arcanist engineering? Or math? I've never seen or heard of anything like it. If I start to study these ley lines, does that mean I have to leave the Kanyara forever? I won't be with Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov from the circus anymore.
She's still waiting for an answer from her mind, her heart, somewhere. So for now, she'll go back to her room and sleep in it.
Купол нашего цирка был украшен миссис Козловой. Она хотела, чтобы он отражал красоту звезд и невесомость космоса. Какой прекрасный вид! Смогу ли я когда-нибудь увидеть его снова, если уйду отсюда? Не стоит встретиться с этими людьми из Лапласа. Если я это сделаю, как хочет моя семья, тогда мы все сможем жить лучше. Верно?
She lets her eyes close, picturing tiny specks of light emerging from the velvet darkness behind her lids.
Звезда, две звезды, большая медведица. Это большая медведица и малая. Мирный. Не думаю, что мы когда-либо были там раньше. Кажется, что я уже знаю, как выглядят звезды оттуда. Как странно. Интересно, если звезды когда-нибудь исчезнут с неба, исчезнут ли они все в один день? А на что похожи их мечты?
She drifts off to sleep. Soon, she finds herself walking through a mirror, holding a sparkling star in her hand. Mirror is a place in the far north where you can see the aurora. She hopes it's as beautiful as it is in her dreams. Beautiful? Is that a gunshot?
Over there! Keep up! What the hell is that?
Yeah, not a bear, but it's so fast. How did it get in here? I've never heard of any kind of critter around here that can pass the walls like that. I got it! Over here! Help! Quickly!
Finally, some interesting work.
Hello? Hello? Damn it. Our comms are shot. We can't reach anyone. Keep it tight, boys. Stay sharp.
Perfectly understood. Work hard to sleep also loud. I hear something. Calm. Topping out calms people down. Or this one. This book or this one?
The sound of her pursuers fades into the distance. She must escape the darkness around her and moves towards the light. Where there's light, there's life, and other voices. A hand slips out from under the blanket, fumbling around until it finally finds the radio switch.
The same strange dream again. It's gotten more and more detailed since we arrived in Maine.
Also, it was a dream.
To distract us. Miss Winsong and Mr. Kozlov made an appointment to meet next week. Until then, I should continue to prepare for a show. Ukrainiana is making its debut in Maine tonight. It's a new beginning.
She peeks her head out just a little, peering past the tent flap. Across from the circus tent stands a small restaurant, and the distant sound of conversation puts her at ease. The streets of Mira echoes with a steady rhythm of patrolling boots. She hasn't seen the aurora yet, but even so, the novelty of it makes her heart race.
Cheer up and do my best. I guess it's also my debut in Maine, and first impressions are everything. Maybe Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov will change their minds if I can win over the audience.
She steps out of the tent, ready for her first performance in Murray. Right here. Heading towards the light, she sees many creatures making noise. The sound seems to rise above her head. To see more clearly, she pushes through the crowd and looks up. Cheers and shouts, applause and heartbeats. They circle the figure above like penetrating rings. Points of light burst around the figure's silhouette. A few of them feel familiar. These particles were born from the nebulae of her home. She looks around, smile in the middle of the noise. Earth is such a lovely and beautiful place. Yes, it's beautiful. Breathe deep, leap onto the wire, twist, raise a hand and salute, and then exhale. The audience erupts.
Will you stay if I keep giving perfect performances like this?
The doubt buried in her chest begins to stir. On the wire, Caprina looks back, only to realize there's no one ahead of her nor
Should I move forward
behind.
or back?
Instantly, she clenches her fist and follows the cheers with her eyes. From these heights, it's hard to recognize anyone. There are no friendly faces, no family. She's alone on the wire. And that is how it's supposed to be. Just like her dream, a flickering star points the way up forward.
Don't stand still too long. They all want you to move on. They all want to see how far you'll go.
She steadies herself to take another step. Move forward. The show is over, the audience gone. Mr. Kozlov packs away the stage props, his voice booming with pride.
And I was a little worried for you back there, but it seems our worry was for nothing. The show was even better than we hoped. You did such a good job, Alia. The audience was thrilled. I knew we came to the right place. I'll ask Natalia to prepare us a proper banquet tonight. Something to reward our darling Alia
don't know about that yet, but I'll try my best.
I know you can do anything once you make up your mind to do it. And now, I must go discuss tonight's food with Natalia.
He walks off, still rambling, with the props in hand. Katerina looks around. The massive tent now holds the two small figures. One is her, and the other is the girl from before. The girl seems lost in the performance. She stares up at the stage, her eyes just as bright as the stars that guided her to the other side of the rope.
Perhaps she's taking a break. Or waiting for someone.
She knows that Aldrin Yaya never turns away lingering audience members, but talking to new people has never been her strength. Still, the shows remind her sometimes it's worth taking that step forward, even if you don't know what comes next. She doesn't hesitate this time.
Hello?
To be continued. Stage 5. A score of time. Notes come together and dance, unaware they are about to become a complete song.
Мы верим, что Voyager 1 будет продолжать исследовать галактику дальше и дальше. Путешествие в глубины Вселенной, несущие с собой применение человечества к исследованиям, вероятно, продлится дольше, чем жизнь на Земле.
The radio catches her new friend's attention in an odd way. She spends the past few days fascinated with the little musical box. Another voice cuts through the broadcast.
What will the weather be like tomorrow? Maybe we can take a longer walk if it's sunny. You haven't seen the diamond mine here in Myanmar, have you?
Who's she talking to? The girl shakes her head, sets the radio aside, and waits for Katerina to speak. Katerina kneels down, now they're eye to eye.
Is anything coming back to you? I asked some people around about you, but no one had any clue. But funny, most of us in the circus were adopted by Mr. Kozlov, so he won't mind if you stay with us. He always gives a hand to those in need. And I'm going to meet an extraordinary lady tomorrow. She knows a lot. Maybe she will know who you are.
Katerina is used to this kind of blank stare. She sees it on the face of children that were lost while they were at the circus. Now, Mrs. Kozlov can confront them and keep them entertained until the smile returns to their faces. She stands up, steps back, and reaches her hand towards the girl. A soft glow blooms at her fingertips, warming the tent with its light.
It's my arcane skill. It's not very useful, I know, but don't you think it's pretty? People say it looks like the stars.
The tiny light serves its purpose. She seems far more at ease now.
We could do it again if you're ready. Let's try something. Can you spell your name?
The girl's eyes that colorful, crooked row of blocks placed in front of her. She doesn't know anything about the running of this planet, and there's no way to share her name or where she's from. But this creature wants a name to communicate with her. She understands that much. The block forms a messy, colorful path. A logic forms in her mind. Katerina is searching for something familiar among the colors.
Long journey. Traveler? Sounds like you just picked these words up from the radio.
Also, is an alien?
Did you go We could call that a voyage. That would make you, who traveled a long journey, a voyager.
Wait, is this... Caprina stretches out her hand and traces the imagined path of the Voyager's probe. The girl watches for a moment, then imitates the gesture. Wait, so is this the Voyager? Oh, it is! She twists her fingers and points to herself.
Voyager. Now that you have a stage name, you are now an official member of the Ukrainian circus.
Voyager spins herself towards the tent entrance. A moment later, footsteps and familiar friendly voice arise together.
Alia, there's that girl. The one who was staring at the animals before? I brought the bunny around for her. I suppose I'll be looking after her now. Because you're meeting some of the Plus people tomorrow, right? You need a rest, Alia. Now do as Mama Kozlov says. Go have a nice meal at the restaurant in town and then straight to bed early.
Mrs. Kozlov, I don't need to.
Hush, just go. I didn't cook anything for you tonight. We've already paid the restaurant.
Voyager's head twists, unsure as to where to look between the door and her new friend, but in the end she chooses the fuzzy rabbit. The tent falls quiet again, leaving Caprina alone, looking helpless. Wait, so is Voyager younger than her?
That you need to take care of. Fine. I'll go. And after that, I will train for another hour. Yes, that's for the best.
That's all. Thanks.
Oh, she's already in the restaurant? She closed the menu and slides it across the counter.
Sorry, it sometimes takes us a while to decide on an order. So, you were saying, you found a strange girl hearing near me, and then? Hold on. That special device you're holding. Did you get it from Winsong?
Yes. Before I came to meet you, I fell from the fire during the show. And Miss Vinson happened to be there. I don't remember the details, but she said my arcane skill was able to protect me. She helped me draw out the aura from around my body and analyzed how it felt. Though I didn't understand that part at all. The name of her theory is still clear in my mind. The study of ley lines. She gave me this device before she left. She said it would make it easier to control my arcane skill. Mr. Kozlov wants me to give it a try again. So I decided to go see her tomorrow.
Oh, she's a great researcher. The study of ley lines is still highly theoretical. But as we say at La Place, theory often lays the foundation for practice. If you do decide to join us, I'd be happy to write a reference letter for you.
You're a Laplace researcher?
You didn't already guess? My colleagues often say I dress, like a mad scientist.
I noticed that. I never thought I would meet a scientist eating at a little restaurant like this.
Oh, please. I'm sure you're aware that scientists are living things too. We need to eat just like everyone else.
A few little snakes pokes out of Elizabeth's hair, nodding along with her laughter. One tilts its heads up, letting the Caprina stroke it. The scales feel smooth and cold.
Looks like you meant it when you said you're good with animals.
I spend a lot of time with them at the circus. I even helped raise one of our bear cubs.
Caprina hasn't been in the restaurant long before Elizabeth walks in and sits right beside her. One of the snakes takes the lead in inspecting Caprina, who greets it kindly in return. That's all it takes for the two to find common ground.
You haven't answered my question yet. Why do you choose to be an acrobat? Don't you find it scary to walk on a wire all the way up in the air? I suppose it is a really cool job, but...
Well, it is cool, I have to admit. But what I really like about being up on the wire is that when you look down, you get to see a worrying about my performance and forget all expectations. I can just be in the moment, shining like a star.
Oh, intriguing. You know, in a way I came all the way out here because I had the same thought. I want to work with the smartest minds in the world, whether humans or arcanists. They're also like the stars in a lot of ways, each one bound to go down in history. And I'm trying to find out what really exists beyond the limits of the sky.
Do all your siblings share the same feeling? They're such neat little snakes. Oh, it looks like they have fallen asleep.
We've always been on the same page when it comes to these things.
Elizabeth turns her head. Caparina notices her pupil narrowing into a slit.
Your arcane skill is exactly as I expected. It captures photons from the aurora and stores them as latent energy. Then when it's deployed, it appears to form a kind of prismatic plasma barrier.
What?
I'll explain next time. It's complicated. It could take hours to get it into your head. Still, it's most obvious to me that you're exactly the person we want for this opportunity. What do you say? Will you give it a try?
Huh?
An opportunity to reach the stars.
You mean you're the colleague Miss Vincent mentioned? The one who invited me to win? I should have known. Was this a test? I thought you were a friend I could talk to.
Friend? Superb. That's the best compliment I've received in months. Relax. This wasn't a test at all. We just happened to share the same taste in food. But I do hope you'll consider our offer seriously, in the spirit of the good time we have together.
Are you serious though? You really mean you want me to become an astronaut?
The invitation seems too far-fetched. Even in her wildest dreams, she couldn't have never imagined it.
Exactly.
But Isabel's response carries a rare weight, different from her usual casual tone.
Don't rush to a decision. We can wait till tomorrow. In fact, the materials I've been expecting should arrive tomorrow as well. Maybe the delivery guy will bring you a small gift along the way.
You don't have to. Sorry, I didn't prepare any gifts.
Don't be silly. It's just a friendly gesture. I believe you come from the same region, so I'll bet you two will get along quite famously. And he has an interesting nickname too. It was, oh, right. Name day.
Name day. So when we do his antidote, I want to see how this, if that's just his cool name. The Great Orenya Circus. Darkness all around. What an unforgivable experience. Wait, what an unforgettable experience. Take it off your face. We had the best stage on Earth, each show as unique as the flake of snow. We bring the most spirited performance in the world. Ilja can turn any animals into his finest steed alive. Franzo's the performance can make you laugh until you cry. And Caparina, our tiny and adorable Eridus, walks on a wire so thin no one can even see it. Ringmaster Kozlov has folded his entire life repetition into this little tent. From now until next month, this new world welcomes you. Whoops, where's the... An unexpected encounter. An accident occurred here once, but fortunately, no one was hurt. Surrounded by light, but feeling no pain, the screams and footsteps around her are crystal clear. The first footstep she hears is Kozlov and Nalia. Their voices are more familiar than her own heartbeat. The clatter of goats' hooves belongs to Elja. just midway through its riding performance. The particular light, quick footsteps of Francisco, a habit left from his juggling practice. Everyone stay calm. Her Arcanum has protected her very well. A strange voice. Must be an audience member stepping onto the stage. Relax, girl. Try not to think too much. Just tell me, what do you see right now? This is unbelievable. I see a star. A shooting star is flying right towards me. The stranger crouches beside her. The light dims as just a little. I'm gonna use ley line to dissolve your Arcanum. Stay relaxed. Talk to me about anything. What hobbies do you have? Maybe they're not really hobbies, but I like to listen to the radio and weather reports. I also like exploring strange places, to keep from getting lost. I memorize all the unusual looking trees and rocks along the way. That star is still twinkling. That's not normal, right? Don't worry. Maybe everything today happened just so you could meet this star. Let's keep talking. Would you like to study ley lines with me? You have a real talent, I'm sure of it. Alright. Stage 6. What's worse than a journey? The second reason behind the urgent need to improve transport security. Ship models made of bones, delicate painted eggs, rusted parts, and yellow scraps of draft paper. Old pieces hastily thrown together somehow form an unexpected harmony.
Number 136 from near the Colima Mountains.
Name day.
Tells the tale of the polar star icebreaker. The crew suffered some kind of mass hysteria. The same thing happened here in the Kola Peninsula.
He labels the notebook, writes down his number, and stores it away.
Our destination is close to the Arctic Circle. With any luck, we should get a great view of the aurora. Name day. Investigator for St. Pavlov Foundation, currently serving for Far East Branch. Why did I join this project? Well, it is a job, and I like to do as I am told.
Welcome in, Abby. We're doing pretty well. Did you just get back from work? How's your day been? So we're just working on the new update of the 2.7. This came out today. And we're just doing the main event and see how far we could go. Oh. We'll have a safe walk home. Hopefully there's not much left to walk to. Yeah, same. So for mine, it's just a weekend now since I get off tomorrow for 4th of July. So where's it getting introduced by well, we're getting well, Nate is introducing himself, so we'll see what he does. Let's continue the story.
Never ever like Badoga, Spear River, then reconnect. It takes less time to travel by walking. Maybe I can even buy a small gift along the way.
Oh wait, is he the one that's bringing the delivery?
What sort of specialties does merely have other than the diamonds? Oh, maybe I can stop by Petroza boats on my way back.
He examines the map, plotting out a workable route.
We'll walk the rest of the way after landing. Oh, plus this place of boundless snow. Not much else.
Fortunately, endless white fields of snow are something with which he has wealth of experience. In legends, a meteor can signal incoming disasters and foreshadows good fortune. Like the eternal soul, it all depends on what the viewer chooses to believe. Eternal?
Leningrad. Находится как раз
That's when he was younger, huh?
трансмерного поля. Я позволил этому метеориту указать мне путь.
In the end, he makes it to Leningrad.
The Foundation never gives me a break, which I guess makes me equal parts lucky and unlucky. Yep. Hold on.
At the door open, a bundle of energetic fluff appears, orbiting it at his teacher's feet as suspected.
I heard you were leaving for the north on a new mission. Is that true?
It's Vila and August.
Just for an errand. The Far East branch is short on staff right now, so I'm going off on my own. Miss Winsong should be on a field trip there. Is there anything you'd like me to give her?
Where is it? Is it north of Ryashki? Could I come visit there with Vila?
Children speak more directly, but the mention of Mirror Place brings a few seconds of silence.
Well, so long as you finish all your classes and get good grades, I'm certain you'll be able to go anywhere with Miss Vila. As long as it is safe. But things could change. I can't promise anything. Except maybe a little souvenir when I get back. Now, August, do you have anything you want me to give Miss Winsong?
Yes, and Vila does too. I've written lots and lots of things. Comrade Winsong can read them when no one is there to tell her a bedtime story. And this, from my tallest and most spirited sunflower gods.
He fumbles through his coat pockets and pulls out his most prized possession.
You must not water them too much, and they should be placed somewhere under the sun.
Vila passes the envelope over, placing it next to the seeds.
I'd like this to be delivered to Miss Winslow. She said in the last letter that she had started to teach again, and it was more difficult than she remembered. I wrote a little bit about my own experience teaching. Hope it helps. And please, talk to her if you have any ideas. You're so good with kids. Nina, Piotr, and Pasona ask about you all the time, always wondering when you'll visit again.
I didn't ask. I know how busy you are, Mr. Raccoon. So is Vila. Every day she's either painting something or talking to the white clothes.
With any luck, I'll be free for a while after this mission. I'll come back and do some magic for you kids. What do you say?
He crashes and hooks his finger around the leaf of the wobbling sunflower.
Deal?
A good comrade must always keep his word.
The fuzzy hat bobs up and down twice, an earnest and sincere nod. The conversation shifts back to the two adults.
Sounds like you've been doing well recently. The Foundation's textbook is an easy read, but I really hadn't expected just how effortlessly you'd be able to make your lesson plans.
Lesson plans are nothing compared to field missions. Just keep this in mind during your errand. Your safety is our first priority here.
Of course. But the good news is I'm quite familiar with this area.
His thoughts in this era, the city has yet reverted to its old name, St. Petersburg. Talks like this always seems to circle back to the little town swallowed in snow. But now, not the time for that.
Anyway, I'll make sure Miss Winsong receives August seeds and your letter.
Thanks a lot. I don't want to make our goodbyes here too long-winded. Just take care, especially since you're going to be all on your own.
Well, I won't exactly be all on my own.
Who's going with him?
I can almost see that unmistakable metal roof. I've actually got some business lined up in near me. Those diamonds of theirs are certain to fetch a tidy profit back in the East Branch. I should have never let you out. Can we make a deal? You stay quiet, and I'll get you safely to our destination. Then you can say whatever you've got to say to whoever made the mistake of inviting you here. You know, you really like to talk. I'm beginning to understand why no one else would take it. Ever heard of a merchant who doesn't like to talk? Admit it. You'd be burned to tears if I were not here.
Who shot it? The chatting salamander is tucked under Mainstay's coat. Is wondering sweater along with it.
Quiet.
Nearby snow blank serves perfectly as cover, stealing name day from view.
They saw someone coming this way.
We can't let him get any further. There's some kind of military base up ahead, and it's heavily guarded. Think how far we've gone. We can't go home empty-handed. That arcane item they've got is probably worth a few sharp advantages, don't you think?
You don't need to yell at me. Say it to them if you want.
A branch heavily with snow snaps and is broken into a stick that fits the grip comfortably.
Anything. I just need you to draw their attention. I am not letting them anywhere near Pleasance.
This way! I hear something! Keep up!
A dark shape juts out of the snow. An odd appearance of a strange metal vessel draws every eye.
大姐，留下买路财。
Reverse robbery? Namesday blades lands right in time, stopping the hand reaching for the vessel. Let's use name day. I want to see what he does. Oh yeah, he's in. Okay, he is in my party. Okay.
I'll do whatever I can.
Name day. Let's see, which attacks are these two, it looks like. Nice try. That little trick won't earn you a single coin in the hat, let alone a scare. Enough stalling. Hand over the talking pot. Pot, are you blind? You're out of your depths here, gentlemen. Don't say I wouldn't have warned you.
Don't worry. Whatever you say.
Please, allow me.
Mine's the blade.
Anjanala killed them all.
Everything went smoothly. Shall we have another round?
Name-Day tosses aside the stick and scoops up a handful of snow. The robber's footsteps trails away in a distance. They had just one redeeming trait. It is known when to cut their losses.
What are you waiting for with that knife? Oh, well, it's more of a collectible than a weapon. But I guess you understand now why they sent me to escort you instead of hiding you in the back of some truck, huh? I didn't see a single truck heading for places called our fortune, is it? By the way, would that knife be part of a kid's cube? Why don't you just make a gun instead? Times have changed, friend. Blades are out of date. You should give yourself an upgrade. Nah, I'd probably be serving with Zeno if I was any good with guns. Have you ever heard of that legendary pilot from Zeno, the Baron Switch? If you were really important, then you would get a guard like that. All the but being a noisy little salamander gets you is a guy that can turn trash into knives.
That's nearly the most useless arcane skill I've ever heard of. I said nearly, because it's still better than mine. So, I'm not in a position to criticize.
What does your arcane skill do?
The salamander silhouettes flicker, crumbling into a puff of ash, and then, in the blink of an eye, reforms itself.
That's it.
It's certainly something.
The rest of the journey is at last blessed quiet. Their destination draws near, the outlines of buildings take shape, and someone is already waiting in the snow.
It's been some.
The so-called Caswa Dome isn't nearly as grand as imagined. Surrounded by the vast expanse of white, people and buildings alike feel small.
Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to Plisyatsk.
To be continued. Have you heard? Lunch break at the Foundation don't come often. Use them well for a little chit-chat. Pull up a chair. Have you heard? That kid seems to have disappeared. You know where he went? Who? The talkative one. Obsessed with Roman myths? Are you describing yourself? Name Day. I'm talking about Name Day. You were closer to him than I was. Why ask me? The only thing I ever talked with him about was those myths. Huh? Our conversation was usually limited to German folklore. He seems to always keep people at a distance. Nonsense. He hated German mythology. Stop projecting. As far as we talked, it seems like he loved German culture. We talked about it all the time. Two Foundation staffs glared at each other in the cafeteria, on the verge of fighting over a man they thought they knew, until a third person sits down between them. You talking about Name Day? He took 2 months off. I think he's on vacation. That workaholic actually went on vacation? I thought his life was nothing but work and collecting trinkets. Where'd he go? No idea. We only worked together on one mission, but he was a decent guy. Did he ever chat with you about anything else? We talked about folk legends. Roman? German? Gothic? Stage 7. The Wild and the Garden. Don't feel guilty. Every flower once struggles just as you do now.
You arrived earlier than expected. Pointer and Hisbeth will be happy to know you got here safely. Oh, FYI, Pointer was the researcher who introduced me to Laplace. You might have met her before, in Rayashki. She's occupied with a few important visitors right now. We'll talk to her later. As for Hisbeth, you can meet her in person and save me the trouble of an introduction.
He pushes open the door. Meanwhile, on the other side of the building, Pointer enters through another door.
Our appointment was set for an hour from now. You're a bit early, sir.
Pointer steps aside, motioning for the people hurrying behind her to go in first. She studies the quiet girl, not finding anything particularly unusual.
There wasn't much work to do today. And Alia always has everything prepared ahead of anything important. It's nothing to worry about.
Please take a seat. Windsong and Elizabeth will join us later. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me.
Thank you, ma'am. Caperina, I have something to ask you.
Caparina is the first to speak, surprising Pointer. She adjusts her expression, adding a hint of warmth to her smile.
That's fine with me, Miss Caperina. My name is Pointer. So, what would you like to know?
If I take the offer and complete all the required training, what will I get in return? Do you pay in rupee or something equivalent?
Thank you for the hydrate, Millie.
And I'd also like to know if my family will receive my pay in case anything happens to me.
Pointer looks up and examines the girls once more. She can read the words of Mr. Kozlov's face, and she can still and she can. Oh. I don't have an auto. Pointer looks up and examines the girls once more. Ah, I see. She can read the words in Mr. Kozlov's face, but she can still quite place the, wait, but she still can't quite place the look on her. Somewhere between courage and fear, too fine a line for Pointer to draw. Plants and machines crowd the limited space, struggling for a balance somewhere between jungle and office floor. It's warmer here than in the hallway outside. Namely glances sideways, but Winsong has no intention of speaking.
Hello? Is anyone there? The materials you sent from the Far East branch have arrived safely. Everything you asked for on your list is there, but you should check it over as soon as possible.
He scrubs around for a clear spot on the desk and pulls a metal vessel from his pocket. Revealing a little sleeping salamander rose from the slumber by the tap on the head that sends a puff of ash into the air.
Hey, wake up. You're at work.
Isabel emerged from behind the machinery and offers a brisk wave to Winsong.
Winsong, back from the mine already? Are you going to throw a welcome party for our new colleagues?
The mine can wait, but I can't. Those materials are top priority.
Now Hisabeth.
Thanks. You might have heard of me. My name's Elizabeth.
So now Hisabeth turns her attention to the young man in front of her.
You've read our proposal, haven't you? It'd save me a lot of trouble if you had. I'll catch you up with Pointer as soon as she's available.
Namely finds himself staring at the curious little snake pointing out, swearing he saw one flick its tongue. There's no time to hesitate. He decided to follow proper elegance. Shake hands, then introduction.
Name day. Foundation investigator for the Far East branch. Mind if I ask you a question?
Go on, but this is an office, not an interrogation room.
She looks around with an airy glance and, spotting the extra object on the desk, gives the little salamander a second gentle rap on the head.
Why did you ask me to smuggle in this brood?
What?
Don't get me wrong, I didn't report it. It's just... it's odd. You didn't ask for much, just a few pieces. It is a rare resource, I grant you, but I think you could have gotten this amount with no trouble by submitting an application. All you'd need to do is wait for a few weeks. Was it really worth the risk?
Yeah, because we don't have a few weeks to spare.
Saving every bit of time we can is vital. It is as precious as this bag of sunflower seeds from a distant land. You don't find them often in these parts. Here.
She lifts her hand and tosses Elizabeth a small cloth bag.
I've already taken my share. Why not plant some of these in the office? It won't take too much effort. If you're lucky, you'll get to see them turn their heads towards the light bulbs.
Elizabeth pulls out exactly what she was hoping for. Rare arcanum energy, tossed carelessly into the air, but caught with precise skis.
Actually, Mr. Nimde, you're the perfect man for this job. You knew what you were smuggling. You had the perfect excuse to come here, and you were kind enough to help. It was quite the effort to track you down, you know? So, how did the trip go? Any trouble?
You bet there was. Though, I'm still not sure what those bandits were after. The Runium or our noisy arcane, I think.
There is a shortage of supplies everywhere nowadays. People take what they can, whether they need it or not. Even if they manage to take the cargo, it would probably just end up in another branch of the Foundation or La Paz. Anyway, you saved us a lot of time and resources.
Just bear in mind, this Runium is not something that you can replace, even with shuttle docks.
Thanks, we'll use it sparingly. Please send my gratitude to Miss Villa. And one more thing. What would you say if I asked you to stay? Don't worry, I won't play the win song card. It's only a personal request. We could save a lot of time with our procedural work if we had a Foundation investigator on the team. And it could be a great opportunity to earn a reputation. Imagine the prestige if the project ends up a success.
He swallows his words, not intending to explain his reason for being here. Elizabeth version works just fine, easy to understand and not too personal.
Are you making any progress?
As much as we can. If we don't have a single shard with Overture to our name, and this Runium is the sum total of all the supplies we've received recently. They told us we could use all the resources left in Pleasance, but that amounts to jack all. Thankfully, we still have half a rocket, fuel, and a launch pod. Still, to make up for the supply shortage, we need additional manpower. Oh, but there's some good news. We don't have to worry about finding our astronaut. We already have a perfect candidate.
We are in dire need of an astronaut. There isn't enough time for anyone to finish the full training course. No one would be able to acclimate to a zero-gravity environment in such a short time, not to mention the high pressure and heat. But you may be the exception, Miss Kibarina. Your arcane skill may allow us to work a miracle. So, if you take the offer, we'll provide you with a salary and try to get you a permanent position here at the Blas. Elizabeth is already working on it. She has a contact in the Foundation who can help with the procedures.
All right then. I have no more questions.
Pointer notes that, despite the thorough explanation, the girl seems no less worried.
But, just to be clear, I don't think my arcane skill is as useful as you believe. It only makes a little fireworks show.
She's being modest. You know how children are when they receive a compliment. But I tell you, she is more than willing to take your offer. Please give her an opportunity to see how reliable she is. By the way, another little arcanist girl joined our service recently. She thinks she could stay with you too.
That's not really how this works. Not everyone's arcane skill works in the same manner.
But she would keep Alia company. Please, madam. Alia is still just a child who plays with dolls.
Mr. Kozlov, stop! I haven't played with dolls. I'm already grown up.
Seeing emotion breaks through the girl's steady silence at last, Pointer feels she's reached the root of the issue.
We'll take a look at what she can do. Would you be able to bring her here now?
Of course. I'll be right back.
She bolts up and out of the office. In his wake, Katerina hesitates, shifting her seat until the last sitting up straightens. Pointer's smile fades. There's no need for social niceties in what comes next. So, but I'm wondering, like, Voyager would be useful. Isn't her, like, most of her skills are, like, with planets, right? So, but that, I'm not sure how, so I guess, like, it was lucky that they met with the circus people with Caprina while she was heading to the Foundation.
Alright. We're finally alone. Now how about you tell me what you are actually thinking?
Our biggest issue remains unsolved, but I'm most certain we can resolve it. The entire project is a mixed bag right now, but I'd say more good than bad. If our little sleepyhead in that pod there can provide what we need, our situation should improve dramatically.
She tips the little vessel, giving the salamander a brief exclamation of zero gravity.
I want you love cutting a tree on the moon. You better have a good reason to win now. I'm not your lackey. We made the deal, that's all. And I'm freaking tired after that trip.
Yeah, and about that deal, I need something from you, now. This little pod of yours, it's electrically insulated, heat-resistant, and highly durable against arcane energy. In short, the perfect aerospace material. All I need is to send off a bit of material from it. Don't worry, just think of it as dental work.
Wait, you haven't paid for that yet. A deal is a deal.
She needs a moment to think, but eventually lands on a solution. She hooks a tiny badge the size of a fingernail onto the salamander's tail.
Here's your ID card. Just to be clear, this is only for an internship. You'll need to actually work to earn yourself a permanent work. And don't do anything stupid. I vouched for you, and now both our necks are on the line.
Ooh, it does look good on me. I feel I belong with the best. The engineers and the foundations in Red are way too competitive for my liking. So, what else you need? I've worked some records about gunpowder-fueled flight and a few books on instant alchemy. Though, I'm not sure you'll be able to read any of them.
As the little salamander chatters on, she flips over its vessel and inspects it steadily before pointing to the square marking on the vessel's base. The other gathers close, unable to resist their curiosity.
What does this mean?
Oh, that? You know, I got this part from the Pandarian antique market. It's not a genuine antique, but the craftsmanship is quite excellent. These characters here need microwave safe. Funny, microwave ovens were not that popular when I got it. Speaking of Pandarian, you can't find a flea market as big or as fun anywhere else. If you're ever looking for antiques and collectibles, it should be your first stop. If you want to go take a look, I might just be nice for once and take you.
So I'm like, if isn't it metal? How is it microwave safe? Little salamander noticed the eager eyes. At last, a chance to show off its salesman's charm. A moment to determine its
No
siege.
thanks. Just making sure it doesn't mean danger explosive. I already learned that lesson from another escapade with an arcane invention.
She returns the dagger she borrows. Who knows when? She slips the vial of metal powder into their desk drawer.
Alright, I've collected enough. You were so busy talking you didn't feel a thing, did you? Now back to our visitor in the checkered pattern uniform. Have you made a decision?
After a brief pause, the question name they ask switches the conversation to an entirely different track.
What are you going to do with the little astronaut when the project's over?
I'll submit her application to Laplace once she agrees to join us. It'd be great if you could help with her employment procedures.
I mean, when are you going to tell her the real consequences of the storm?
Same as always. As soon as she gets a permanent position with Laplace.
Navy glances at Winsong, thinking she might chime in, offer an explanation, at least, but she only nods. That's just how it is. The little astronaut, whom they never ever met, will have to learn it too. The pale dome and cold steel building can't protect everyone. Soon, the rain will wash away all the familiar to them, again and again.
Alright. Then I'll stay.
You mean you really want to stay with the circus?
Caprina doesn't have a straight answer.
I meant that I'm willing to do whatever you need. But I don't think I want to do this permanently. Since you say that you need my arcane skill for this project, I'm happy to help. Though I don't really know if I can.
I think you know why Mr. Kozlov brought you all this way. When was the last time you had a proper meal?
Well, we usually have stews. And sometimes Mr. Kozlov will find us some canned food if I want it.
Her rebuttal is soft and utterly unconvincing.
And you still want to spend the rest of your life in that circus?
A knock breaks the silence. Caprina uses the moment to lift her head. By the time she sits back down again, the light that has flickered in her eyes is gone.
This is her, the girl I talked about. She doesn't speak much, but I feel she is a good character.
The girl casts a sweeping look across the room, pausing briefly on Pointer.
Don't be shy. You can sit next to Alia. What were you talking about? I hope our Alia didn't cause any trouble, madam.
He steps into the room, noticing immediately that Caprina is fixated on the parcel in his hand. It's filled with things he and Nalia packed, things they thought the girls might need.
Mr. Kozlov, will I ever have the chance to return to Utrenyaya?
To be continued. Is that the real fight? It looks like the real fight with the difficulties of each stage. Let's see, what is the... So it goes up to 18, so it could be around 20, so we probably... If it's 20, we could probably stop at 10. Oh, we'll see how we feel. Stage 8. When we move forward, an expensive group photo, usually found in a weathered old frame.
Will I ever have the chance to return to Utrenyaya?
Utriyaya. Elizabeth pushes the door open just in time to catch this scene. She lingers nearby, curiously, watching the girl receive her answer.
We can talk about that in the future. Of course, we will keep in touch. You and Voyager can pay us a visit whenever you like. The girl's called Voyager, madam. She's clever, quiet, doesn't eat much. You will take her in too, won't you?
Pointer doesn't object. She runs a brief analysis and concludes that the company of a peer would help ease the pressure of Caprina's training. After listening carefully, Mr. Kuzlov pats Caprina's shoulder.
I always hoped you would settle down and live a comfortable life. Promise me you'll do your best, Alia.
Yes, Mr. Kozlov.
Oh, you finally reached an agreement. Cool. Looks like I won't have to do any more explaining. If you're saying goodbye soon, maybe you ought to consider bringing her a party gift. She looks like she could use one.
Yeah, something to remind her of home.
Andy picks up a thread without missing a beat. Winslow steps forward just in time, joining Katerina's side, and Hezebeth trails off.
Or maybe you can offer a few words of encouragement? What do you say?
Mr. Kozlov spies Katerina's rubbing the device in her hands with her pinky, the one Winslow has lent her earlier. She knows her well enough to understand the meaning nervous. She has no idea about the device's exact value, but he's certain it's not something you easily find in a circus.
Right, a gift. I'll need some time to prepare it. Let's make a deal, shall we? You'll get your gift next time you pay a visit to the Overture. That way, you'll keep us in mind and come home again one day. I was worried you might not want to travel such a long way for us.
I feel, Mr. Kozlov. I'll find my way back to Utsunyaya, even if you've moved to the other end of the world.
She struggles to lift the parcel Mr. Kozlov gives her. Nandi quickly steps in to assist her in placing it on the table. Time flies. The thought pops into Mr. Kozlov's head, but what he says out loud has nothing to do with it.
That's my girl. Remember what I said? Do the best that you can and have no regrets. Natalia and I don't have to worry about you, do we?
No. I will give my best performance here, like I always did with Utsunyaya.
Almost like she's trying to convince herself, she nods twice in a row and makes a solemn promise in her most serious tone. A question rises up in her, just below the surface. How can she be sure? She chooses not to ask. You probably use the same boot, right?
I'll do my best.
I know they have the reason to doubt, but like it or not, this is my job now.
It was hard to speak so loud. Perfectly understood. I useful? You have a little faith in me, Master. Radio waves are everywhere. Time to turn the page.
I should stop dwelling on what they said. The only thing that matters now is living up to the trust and expectation others have placed on me.
Come back. I need your feedback on our session.
How do you feel? Intense nausea is common for the first few months of zero-G training.
I think I'm fine.
That's a cute outfit.
You're very kind to us.
Astronaut! Her first training session was rough and more than just a little messy, causing her to throw up. Pointer helps her to the infirmary. Once she could breathe again, she steppers out a request, just like the one she made today.
Ready for more.
You're at this again. Elizabeth already checked your vitals and arcane skill test reports. Her conclusion was clear. You need to rest and recover before we begin again. If you push yourself too hard and become too sick to perform the mission, that won't help us either.
But I can do more. All I need is a bit more training. I need to perform flawlessly.
We don't need flawless, not at the cost of your health. We need satisfies all requirements, nothing more.
She adjusts her tone, searching her mind for something that might qualify as comfort or encouragement.
You're already doing better than we anticipated.
She fears the word comes out too flat, but Caparina shakes her head sincerely.
Thank you. But I still haven't memorized the flight procedures. I'm still struggling with my arcane skill. Maybe I can ask Miss Winsong to give me another Leyland's lesson. That's not pushing myself, is it?
That's acceptable. But we will ensure you get a minimum of 8 hours of sleep every day.
Winter gives in. She too has once been hell-bent on proving herself.
Promise me you'll eat well and never skip meals.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Isabel said there would be a team-building dinner tonight. I'll attend it and train for another half an hour after we come back.
No, that's not what I meant.
There are few tasks more difficult than instructing a child who is too mature for her own good.
Anyway, go change. We'll go together.
Of all the restaurants in Murray, this one does the best business, thanks in no small part of Hezebeth. With all the mouths to feed, food has always been a virtual part of lifestyle, one that she is too eager to share with her team. Plus, the tables here are big enough for everyone in the group to have a seat.
We sat here when we first met, no? I think so. This table seems a bit too small now.
Well, there's strength in numbers.
Yet everything now depends on our brave astronaut. How's your arcane skill training?
Not bad, I guess. Miss Winsong is a wise teacher.
I'm glad I've learned something from my experience with Vila. I hope you'll get to know her one day.
You'll have plenty of time to make friends once you return from your mission.
Looking forward to it. But first I have to go back to the circus. I think Mr. Kozlov will have my gifts prepared by then. I'm sure he will. Though he didn't come to see me in Voyager this week.
He has a whole circus to run, and you're busy with training. It's hard to find a good time when you are both free. Perhaps he didn't want to make you homesick, but I'm sure he misses you a lot. Mirny isn't far from here. You should go back and visit sometime. No one will blame you if you take a break for a few hours.
I am able to drive you to town, if you need it. Let's submit your schedule 2 days in advance. I will set some time aside for a short trip.
Thank you. But I think it will have to wait until the project's over. Mr. Kozlov said I would always be able to visit him in the future. Besides, he needs time to prepare the gift.
Not everyone is interested in the still distant future. Caprina's friends, at least, is more focused on what's in front of her. She taps the edge of the small vessel, smiling at the crisp metallic sound it makes.
Don't do that. The echo from that sound makes me dizzy.
She pulls her hand back and watches until confirming the little creature is friendly. Then she reaches out again, trying to figure out how to get along with it.
Voyager? Don't get distracted. They've almost finished the food.
Nandy swaps the food around the table, pushing two still full plates to the middle. Cool scales press against Caparina's wrists.
Feel like a drink? Here, we've got some hot milk or warm apple cider.
Dragging a cup behind it, the snake leaves splotches of spilled drinks all across the table.
Milk will be fine. Thank you.
Caparina passes another cup to Voyager. She mimics the others by lifting the cup, first in both hands and then just one.
Toast, friends, to our new team. Though no one knows for sure whether our project will succeed or is doomed to fail catastrophically, together we're working towards the future. Cheers!
A friendly signal, a quiet promise of unity. A turning point in any story or relationship, from a stranger to a colleague, and eventually friend.
Having said that, the odds are in our favor. Even though Laplace is no longer in its prime, it still has the best technology and the finest scientists.
The finest scientists? You mean us? I couldn't agree more. I've always believed that perseverance is the most basic fundamental quality that any researcher should possess.
Perseverance. There's only one thing that I think we should persevere with. Our efforts to return to the future.
Didn't know you Laplace researchers missed the good old days so much.
Laugh if you want, but you can't deny that our era was better than this one.
Caprina keens her ears in, trying to catch each word. The room is warm, and the conversation at the table easy and relaxed. The question she's been keeping down finally bubbles out of her mouth.
Future like. I've read through the manual for temporary employees. The data we're going to collect may help people get back the things that they lost, right? From the futures that you've been to. Once Leningrad light in 1999. Were there any circus shows in your era? Does that mean everything was better than it is now? I have trouble imagining it. But there's sweets for everyone, and stores that never run out of food.
Things were much better then. Well, except for the study of ley lines. It was still struggling as a scientific pursuit, especially when it came to attracting new students. Though even now, its only student seems to lack much interest in it.
That's not true. Sorry. I'm just having difficulty focusing on it with all the other demands on my time.
It's okay. Miss Winsong was only making a joke, at the expense of her very overworked students. It's true, things were nicer in the future. I do miss the sweets, and that the shops were never open.
Every witness seems to offer their same promise. It's worth it. Life should move forward, not stay stuck in the past.
Amazing. I'm sure we'll make it back one day.
But this time she raised her cup first. To the brightest future. To be continued. The spread of enigmification. The pale green character pulsed with emotion, making sense of what they're saying is going to take all of your cunning. Okay. Just had the 2-year project cancelled. Soon, I too will be able to hide it out in my room all day playing Sudoku. Not sad about this at all. I wouldn't start celebrating just yet. Just look at like you're just about to lose your vacation time, since there's a shortage of staff everywhere. What are they gonna do? It's not like a simple number theory. Major like me can contribute to rebuilding the wake of the storm. Nothing can stop me from going on vacation. Nothing. When you look at that, the identification is spreading nicely. Good. At this rate, I'll have an entire Place break room all to myself. As more people start slacking off, supplies will be cut too. You might get to hog all the daily meals from all of the Plus, but that's probably the best you do. You know it'll be hilarious if a bunch of random store numbers and formula turns out to be the key of defeating the storm, and you get roped into a non-stop 24/7 work trying to crack it, with Madame Lucy interrogating you 3 times a day about your progress. That sounds absolutely disgusting. I need a nap just as a thought of that. Oh, and a part of the humanitarian gesture, I'll make sure your voice gets added to the machine too. Well, isn't there something? There are still poor souls who didn't get a vacation even at a time like this, with all these non-essential projects getting cut. There's plenty, like John from the medical team, John from the mechanical engineering group, and John from material science. Basically, every non-theoretical department is pulling all-nighters to rebuild a plus under Madame Lucy's branch of ruthless pragmatism. It really makes you wonder if the storm was part of the conspiracy by the Johns to steal funding from the rest of the team and justify their overtime pay. Coincidence? I think not. Stage 9. To former strangers. About the perfect moment to speak in defense of me.
Three, two, one, cut. And just so we're clear, everything went well as usual. The video in this disc, to put it simply, is too much for anyone to handle. Guess what it's used for? Go on, give me the most ridiculous answer you can think of. A little tip. Think like a modern person. The development of technology allows us to save a lot of things as digital data nowadays. Yes, it's a last record. A video is much more convenient than sitting down with a pen.
She places the data card on the table. It immediately draws in all eyes.
Status secure. Pointer, do you want me to add your part to the video now? Or maybe later?
Preferably never. This whole lost record thing is your passion. Besides, I know nothing about material sciences.
But you spend so much time transcoding the incantation. You simply must show up in my video. Please, I insist. We're a team. We shouldn't miss anyone's perspective, no?
Yes.
Even for her, long hours can wear things down. There's a trace of fatigue in her otherwise calm reply, a lag in her response.
Super. Then let's take a look at our work so far and learn from our mistakes. Well, my mistakes. Pointer and I have been working on the teleport disc at the Placid's Cosmodrome. More specifically, our interim mission was to determine how to transport supplies to space stations and spacecraft using teleport incantations. The ultimate goal being to achieve stable, safe, and long-distance teleportation to outer space viable for living organisms. The project had been going smoothly until we received some bad news. Due to a policy change at Laplace, most projects in Placid were being suspended. Fortunately, that news was followed by a small amount of good. Madame Lucy said if we could send a monitor to space to collect data when the storm arrived, we'd be allowed to continue with our project. It was a vital opportunity to make our contribution to deciphering the storm. There were only 3 major issues to solve: manpower, energy supply, and determination. As you can see, the first 2 issues have been solved by our new members. Thank you all for your help. Especially our brave little astronaut. The plan is now simple. She'll fly into space, reach the required altitude, launch the monitor, and zero in on the correct coordinates. And then she'll contact ground control to come home. Her arcane skill will protect her from any possible danger caused by pressure or heat in the vacuum of space. Then finally, she will activate the teleport disc, and we will activate our receiver on the ground. Ta-da! Everyone will arrive in Laplace's Arctic branch safe and sound to acclaim and accolades from all around the scientific world. Well, that's a simple framework of the plan, but we still have tons of minor problems to tackle first. Our top priority is improving the long-distance positioning accuracy of the teleport disc. We've already begun testing our latest prototypes. Though the last test didn't end well. We're still searching for the cause of that particular catastrophic error, but we won't let it stop us. This was no more than an inevitable roadblock, a small accident on the way to technological progress.
Elizabeth, if we are going to have any chance of learning from our mistakes, we can't run away from our problems.
All right. That last test was a week ago. Same as the last time. Though we've made some improvements, we still need an intelligent creature to run the test. And I guess it'll be me again.
Are you sure? Considering the danger and your value to the project, I think you ought to let me.
How can I ask anyone to try my invention if I wouldn't use it myself? Now, what are you waiting for? Get to the safe zone. Oh, and remember to secure the blast door.
Miss Kipperina asked about the test yesterday as she was feeding the fish. She said she's been able to control her power more now. You'd be much safer with her help. We're a team, right? We sink or swim together.
As the clock strikes the hour, a small figure peeks in through the door.
My training just finished. I hope I'm not late, Miss Isabel.
Well, we did have a pretty bad accident, but thanks to Kiparina's arcane skill, no one was too badly hurt. Winsong is one cool teacher, and that girl's a phenomenal student. The margin of error remained high, a significant problem for sure, but we've learned our lesson after spending all that time recovering in the ward. That is, we should prepare for the worst, so that those who survive will know what to do with, our legacy. Our last record matters, my friend.
Dude, I don't think that's what Pointer meant when she told us to learn from our mistakes.
Before Isabel can pinch its mouth shut, the little snake ducks back into her hair.
Again, I emphasize that safety must come first in the lab. It is my first and most important protocol. Winsong and I left for all of 10 minutes, and by the time we got back, each and every one of you ended up on and now I find out you've even petitioned for a postponed evacuation. This is getting ridiculous.
You know how tight the schedule is now that the storm emergency plan has been activated, don't you? The silver lining is that now we know that we have exactly 3 months. We can still optimize the procedure and improve the disc.
Enough, Sylvie.
Pointer cuts her off. Her tone is serious.
Oh, come on, friends. Can we just calm down and discuss our schedule over dinner? I believe Miss Pointer was only trying to suggest a better plan.
I am. I suggest we stop all work on this project immediately.
The young man is caught off balance, unable to find the words to ease the tension in the room.
What? Why? The situation really isn't that dire.
Miss Isabel is right. We shouldn't be discouraged over one accident, Miss Pointer. The damage wasn't too severe.
Only 3 months left, yet our latest achievement was a total catastrophe. I know what you're all thinking. But the odds are still good, and it's more or less safe to continue. But all that is a weighted gamble. Nothing matters more than your lives.
She knows this all too well. This is not her first time making bold gambles.
Pointer, what do you think the odds are, really?
Without diving into the calculations, it's around a 70% chance in theory. But my logic is screaming something else in my ear.
You don't have to take that risk, Pointer.
I know what I'm doing. Nothing's guaranteed in the world of science.
She closed her eyes, interrupting the playthrough of her memories.
The risk was too high. I can't allow it.
But it's like we always say, there's nothing guaranteed in the world of science. You never know before you take that fateful step.
Such a firm matter-of-fact statement. It sounds exactly like something the old pointer might have said.
My analysis points to a dangerous level of uncertainty in this project. The price of failure, even optimistic, could be much worse than a few days in recovery. There could be more permanent injuries. You could even...
Pointer scans the room. None of them had known failure. Not yet. And they shouldn't have to.
You've seen how things, places, people just disappear in the storm. You need to stop this insanity before that happens to us. Don't you understand?
I really don't. Why should we stop?
She thinks for a moment, then a spark of inspiration flashes across her face.
No, you're right. We shouldn't pretend as if it's normal to risk our lives for this. At the end of the day, if we die, our research dies with us. But if something were to happen to the team, you would be the one to survive. That's why I want you to keep our records, to take down everything in case the worst happens. Here.
Pointer looks down at the data card. Machines are only capable of faithfully recording and replaying data. They can't interrupt meaning. They certainly cannot understand the reckless choice of the human beings. Those who come after might skim through the logs and learn how the team met, choose, collaborate, and parted ways. But what about everything is outside the frame? The temperature of the lab, the taste of the restaurant's signature dish, the hesitation she feels right now. No device can preserve those details. Only memory can. Some needs to move forward. Others needs to stay behind. She doesn't look up and never reaches for the disc. She made up her mind.
And I won't submit this petition for you. Can't stand by and let you kill yourselves. I'm done. I quit.
To be continued. Can we choose different group? So what we need is where's name day? Oh, we got the. Oh, we got. Oh wait, so might as well grab a healer then.
Bring the Eastern Monkeys along. Naturally. Yes, please, earlier.
I want to check what her skills are. Stars. Close your eyes and try using your arcane skills to hit the robot here. Don't worry, they were built for exactly this purpose.
Perfectly understood.
Hold your breath. Or maybe take a deep breath.
Calm. Yarka, it's
Proceed as before, but now focus your attention on the distant unit.
I can always find peace up under fire.
perfectly understood. No potion comes without a dash of poison.
Next time, I should be able to do a bit better. That's right, you did well. I'll make sure Miss Winsong hears of the good news.
Cat's cradle, the soldier's pet. Cat's cradle, fishes fish. The mandrakes taught me these.
So I'm not sure if you saw this Voyager's new outfit. If I do do the collector's season pass. Isn't that cool? I was looking at someone was showing you the. It looks like the galaxy. So I want to see what her story is about because I think this is the first time Voyager was in the part of a chapter. All right, we'll see if the 10's gonna be our last one or not. Stage 10: A freezing rain. How could you possibly expect warm rain to fall inside a greenhouse?
The name is Pointer, researcher in LSCC Plesset branch. The reason I joined, the same reason I quit. Nothing matters more than people's lives. All the research I've done has been for one purpose, to make people's lives better.
Pointer, there you are. How's everything going?
Winsome doesn't mind her quitting. Whenever she runs into Pointer at the branch office, she always stops for a few words, often with updates on the aerospace team.
I heard you're busy with the evacuation. Seems many stores in Mirne have already closed up.
As soon as I finish the handover here, I'm heading back into town to help with packing, coordinating, and explaining the situation to the locals. Same old, same old.
Same old, same old. You know, Hisabeth said that exact thing when I asked about the team's progress yesterday. They seem to be doing all right.
Good.
Winsome takes a small bag out from her coat, nudging the conversation in a lighter direction.
Oh, by the way, I've got some seeds left. Do you want to take them off my hands?
Do I look like a gardener to you?
Well, it's just that I heard from a few people here in Mirny that a Laplace researcher was giving out sunflower seeds. And it wasn't me, so I've been wondering just who it could have been. Don't you want some? Seriously, everyone loves them.
On the day Pointer left the Passage Chronodome, she handed out these seeds to everyone she passed. What was she thinking? Maybe she wanted to break all ties to stop herself from turning back. She keeps this bag, saving it for the right moment.
Good. Who ended up signing the application?
Hisabeth, well, when she goes to collect the monitor and report our research to Ludwig, she says it's more likely to get approval that way.
They don't know when to stop, do they?
They don't know the meaning.
Stop. If the fish get startled, then they won't eat anything.
I see, Miss Elizabeth.
She sprinkles the fish food carefully over the water surface, hoping these little fragile.
Finished the full inventory check. There's more runium left than we thought. Now, where should I put these useless old files? I was thinking we could use them for graph paper.
Alright. Okay.
Maybe we can turn them into a knife or something.
that card there on the table would work better for that.
Why's that?
It's all about the material. Metal makes a better edge than paper. Never quite understood why you made it like that.
Oh, I was testing out the new alloy. I used it to make wind songs and pointers cards. It gets harder and sharper when heated. Give it a rub with your hands, and you can use it as a letter opener.
The words trail off. They've been trying not to bring up Pointer's departure, to pretend like everything is just fine just as it was.
The ritual still isn't stable enough. You need a specific location or area to set as a destination in advance. But first, we need a way to pinpoint the recognizable area. The formula should be...
Miss Winsong sent me a message. She said, don't forget to collect the monitor.
Oh, she sent it to you too? Tell her I said thanks. No, that number doesn't look right.
I tried my best. But those are 10 minerals you were asking for are scarce as all hell. I haven't been able to find a single supplier.
Then we'll carry on without them. That's it. No, wrong again. Pointer was the master of numbers. With that brain of hers, she'd have had this over and done by now.
A sound from the corner of the room draws her attention. Voyager is stacking a piece of mineral shards into a wobbly tower. In the lamplight, the peak sparks, strangely memorizing.
Careful, don't hurt yourself. They're more powerful than they seem.
Voyager nods with a vague but accepting gesture, and Elizabeth turns back, ready to refocus on the data. But the fragile silence is broken, and other words spills out.
Miss Elizabeth.
The little would-be astronaut walks over and stands beside Elizabeth. It's rare for her to approach so closely.
I have a question for you. Sorry if it's not a good time, but it's important to me. And it's something I hope you'll answer honestly.
Startled by the coming topic, name day broke the fish tank actually. What? The fish tank's broken? He scrambles to scoop up the spilling fish on the floor.
Sorry, ladies. Please ignore me. I'm not here, and I didn't hear a thing.
Но если я заплачу мисс Киберин, умная молодая девушка, неудивительно, что она быстро во всем разобралась. Вы согласны?
Elizabeth looks down at her. The upturned face is young, but so very determined.
So, what's your question?
Miss Pointer said something before she left about places and people disappearing into the storm. It's hard to believe that she would ever give up on our mission, unless she knew the price of failing was truly horrible. And the storm can't just be some normal kind of natural disaster. This storm will destroy everything. Won't it?
She doesn't even know how long that question has sat in the pit of her chest. In her glass marble eye, Elizabeth sees a brightness welling up. She doesn't know how to respond, but silence can be an answer too, and the girl understands.
All the people we know, all the bears, birds, these fish, everything. The lost future that you talk about. Was it the first to disappear? Or are there more that have been lost? Will the same thing happen to our time? Things are much worse than you let on. What else has changed in the future?
The light in her eyes never fades, not completely. Caparina has long understood that tears won't change anything.
Many things change. Some things won't last nearly as long as people think they will. For you, the world might seem to have turned upside down, but life will go on.
Pointer is gone. Winsong has her own geological survey. Now everyone that left seems to be looking at Elizabeth for answers. She tries to choose her words deliberately, but she has hardly ever been comforted. So she doesn't know how to comfort others.
So, now that you know what's at stake, are you ready to officially join the class? I'm afraid there is still a great deal I cannot tell you until then. Many of the answers you're seeking are classified for employees only.
Pardon me, Miss Hissing. But given the danger of the mission we are expecting Kiparina to perform, I think she has the right to know what the storm really is.
I understand that you don't want to go against the class's rules. So that there aren't any rules gets me figuring it out. And you simply know it. Am I right? I won't get to see Mr. Kozlov or Beta Keith in the future. So, if I join the class, I won't see anyone from Utrinaya ever again.
She hesitates, but at last nod again.
The choice is yours. I won't force you to do anything. Remember the day we first met in the restaurant? I said I would write you a recommendation. I was serious. I still am. In fact, it's already done. Winsong has signed on to it too. And our foundation friend behind you is prepared to offer another guarantee, just in case. We will make a recommendation for your friend Voyager as well, but that's all we can do. I'm afraid we can't protect everyone, nor can we make this decision for you. Do you want to keep going?
The question isn't just for Kiparina. If they recover the data, if that data is any good, maybe someday no one will have to worry about the storm ever again. But what if they put their lives in jeopardy and gain nothing from it?
If you don't, you'll be allowed to return and accept what's to come. But if you join us, there is a chance to change things.
Alright, take care, Dashin. Have a good rest. Enjoy your holiday, if you're celebrating it or not. And happy 4th of July. That is her answer. The only answer she needs to keep going. Alright, let's do 11. Stage 11. Poems comes by chance. I am grateful for the times I felt exhausted and uninspired, yet never put down my pen. Silence has weight, like sand piling layers on layers on one's chest. Eventually, it can suffocate. The sobs barely register, 2 or 3 snuffed out before they can burst.
I will complete my mission.
She speaks with clarity, as if making a solemn vow.
And if I successfully come back with the data, I'll consider joining your class. But I can't make a decision now. I need more time to think. I will stay until my job is done. You don't have to worry about that. That is what Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov and my friends in the circus would all want. It is the right thing to do. If you'll excuse me, I should return to my training. I'll see you later.
She already on the move before the last word is spoken, leaving behind another layer of suffocating silence. It doesn't take long before someone else tries to wriggle out from it too.
Us too. Need to double check the warehouse inventory. Might find something useful.
Wait, haven't we done that already? Those.
Alright, we'll let you know if we find anything.
They leave the room one after another. In the corner, Voyager seems entirely unsure of what to do.
Join them if you want. I have some unfinished business.
Thank you for the hydrate, Toxic. He's sending you over to do hydrate me. Moments later, the night light-footed silhouette exits the room. The familiar glow glints rests at the far end of the hallway. Her head lowers against the wall. Voyager tries to approach but hesitates, stopping mid-step. She looks around to make sure the hallway is empty, then lifts her violin onto her shoulder. Oh, I forgot that she plays the violin. The music strings and her voice twist together like a trembling thread, calling her friends to turn around.
Was that you? Did you just say my name? You weren't have to.
As she sees through the flickering sparks, her voice falters. Then in a heartbeat, Voyager resumes her usual appearance.
Stars. Good. Alia. Happy.
Elizabeth has the office to herself for once, but the progress she has hoped would come to her is still exclusive. After yet another failed calculation, she sets her pen down and reconsiders her goals.
These calculations need to be finished today. The teleport ritual requires the caster to recite the location. It could be understood as calibrating in a way. Let's continue with that thought. The destination must be preset, and the ritual casts her incantation. But the further the distance, the harder it is to stay on target. If only there were an arcane reaction strong enough and unique enough to calibrate to.
It's only then that she knows the strangeness of the moment, which is abruptly broken by the arcane energy monitor as it lets out an ear-splitting alarm. A blinding light flashes across the entire screen, then cuts off. The instrument detection radius is small, barely beyond the nearby hallway. She narrowly avoids a full-on collision. She nearly avoids a full-on collision in the doorway. Luckily, she catches herself using the girl's shoulder.
What happened? Are you alright, Mrs. Beth?
Was that you? Did you cast that arcane spell just now? No, those energy levels were too high for you, beyond most arcanists. Who was with you just now?
Voyager. He was just trying to make me feel better. Did it interfere with your experiments? I apologize, Mrs. Beth. I promise it won't happen again. He just left. If you want to find her, I'll go with you.
Are you saying she was the one that cast that arcane spell?
Yes. It was so pretty. It was like
I knew you turned sorry.
It's obvious that the concept is beyond Capurina. She tilts her head expectantly.
It's a type of highly magnetized star that emits powerful beams that can be traced to show us its precise location. We call them the beacons of space.
such a strong arcane reaction would be so bright that it'd be trivial to locate even from an extreme distance. I don't know much about space, but it sounds like the difference between finding a star in the sky and looking for the sun. But then the universe is also very big. I imagine if you were looking from far enough away, even the
closest. We can't assume proximity in that case. But then, there's still got to be a way, no?
Countering the fleeting aura, she propels a new train of thought forward.
Before the storm arrives, the levels of arcane energy in all affected areas will be greatly amplified. But what about places that won't be affected? Perhaps then the trick will not be to look for the light in the darkness, but for the darkness in the light. Like finding a thin bulb in a string of Christmas lights.
Elizabeth places her hand on Caperna's shoulder and makes a promise.
If that's the case, I can adjust the portion of William in order to focus the disc precisely on the facets. If this works out, then I guarantee you will arrive home safe and sound.
Understood. Take care.
She ends the call and waves at the silhouette walking to her way.
What are you up to? I've been communicating with the garrison in Miami. They've picked up some abnormal critter activity during their patrols. Another batch of residents is set to evacuate too. I'll head over to help them shortly. What about you? Your geological survey? Are you staying at the branch, or will you head back to HQ?
Haven't found anything that's worth digging up yet, but I've decided to give it another try. Should be back here in time for the evacuation. Though I'm hoping to stick around for my little apprentice. She said she'll only give us her decision on joining the class once she's back from her mission. I can't wait to hear the good news. You still pretending not to care?
My concern, whether it exists or not, will have no tangible effect on their results. I just hope they don't kill themselves for nothing.
Elizabeth is planning a final teleportation test the day after tomorrow. I'll be observing from the meeting room. You know, the one we always use upstairs? Early in the afternoon.
I'll likely be near by then.
A brief silence follows, and a pause, when Son definitely shifts the topic to the auxiliary glass tank in the crowd.
Hey, Ulrich. We meet again. You look even worse than when we last met.
What's Ulrich look like?
Ah, Miss Winsong.
Oh.
And Pointer? What have we here? Two of our busiest bees working together in the Blessed Branch.
Pointer has no idea why Ulrich looks even worse. His expression, as ever, is nigh unreadable, yet she simply nods to him.
So when is this humanitarian vacation of yours over? Any interest in sparing a little time to watch something fun?
If by something fun you mean Dimitri's party, then thanks, but no thanks.
No, not that. I told you about it before. Elizabeth's teleport disc experiment.
Ah, yes, that one. You know, word of it is already spreading to HQ and all the other branches.
And? What's the impression?
I wouldn't categorize it as good, but it has certainly become a contentious topic.
At least one of the bigwigs is supportive, Madame Lucy. It seems she intends to keep our experiment going either way. She even invited a prominent string theory researcher to HQ. As I said, even if we don't get the results we hoped for, the work itself can be illuminating.
The silent research at the last offers a way to attract the attention of the room.
Excuse me. I have obligations to attend to. Let's talk again later.
She walks off, leaving Ulrich and Winsong to watch her as her figure passes into the hall and away. Several minutes pass, then Winsong grasps.
Bean, I forgot my badge. And Pointer's gone. How am I supposed to get back to the lab? Sorry, Ulrich. Do you mind walking me back? By the way, you didn't answer whether you'll be at Elizabeth's experiment.
Hmm.
This book
Oh, wait, see. Oh yeah, we'll do that.
or this one?
This or one tack. Okay,
Whose heart
nice.
is beating so loud?
Okay.
This book? Like a metaphor? Agents have guns. It's called common sense.
Debuff.
Perfectly understood. Shh. I hear something.
Wait, I'll just use both of them.
Or this one. Whose heart is I hear something to me.
Aww. Then finish him off.
Careful with the pages. This book? Whose heart is beating or this one? Hmm? Don't be so serious. Great. No mistakes.
Perhaps even the stars in the cosmos has songs to sing too.
Crazy. Wait. Was
To Camille, literature may be divided in countless intrinsic schools, yet what it ultimately conveys is remarkable simple. Dear Camille, how long has it been since we last spoke? The long tug of war with the cold drained all my energy. Only today did I manage to warm up enough to dip my tail in ink and write to you. Sylvie is doing well. Maxon and Alexander always helps her think in parallel, and Monique, as usual, keeps things under control at critical moments. Serpents have been showing more and more signs of thought lately. I think it's only a matter of time before he speaks. Helene is sleepier than ever, staying in heated rooms around the clock. As for Cheto and Pereire, they're the same as always. And me? I didn't just hibernate. The local literature has filled the gaps in my collection that Sylvie once ruthlessly discarded. The Masuni has deeply moved by these authors' vivid portrayals of suffering and death. Yet even within the darkest theme, an author exploration of new paths brimmed with vitality, dreams, and a definite sense of romanticism. Whenever I read the literature to her, her memories become vividly vivid, and she recalls one line in particular with striking clearance as Patternick's February. The truest verse arises from chance, by chance, tempered in the fire of pain. Of course, there's no way to verify this, and Sylvie will never admit it, but I believe she's the most romantic in our family, or maybe the second most, after me. I wish you were part of the Dulo family too. That way, you truly understand what Sylvie's memory feels like when she sees a shooting star. I truly hope we can talk about all of this someday. Maybe after Sylvie's little challenge is complete. You could visit Plessa, I promise. Sylvie and I will both be warmly waiting to welcome you. Your dear friend, Estelle. Estelle. Alright, so looks like we're probably done for today.